Morning, guys. All right. So this is a little bit aggressive, but this is the message that's coming to me. We're living in a time that, and I'm just going to speak it as it's been for me and what I've seen and what I've experienced, is that we would rather find a way to rationalize mental sickness than do the things necessary to become connected again, and to do the things necessary to have healthy relationships, and to do the things necessary to make the changes. And that interview yesterday has still stuck with me because it was so fascinating. And there probably is a lot of truth in that. We can't change. There's so many things about us that we can't change, and just accepting who we are and how we function really helps, because it's like, if you're just always in that place of thinking I have to do this and do that to change, it's exhausting. But people will watch you all day long and know that you are struggling in certain ways and just find some kind of way to be jealous or be petty. Like, that's the world that we're living in, y'all. And I do think that we need to be sovereign and we need to be resilient. I think that above all else, but I also know that it is very hard to go day after day and not have needs met, not have breaks, to stay kind. Just this morning, I had snapped at Teddy about something. He kept asking the same thing, and then I had to, I did the whole apology thing, but it did snap him out of asking it, but it was like, that's the thing. That's how it feels. It's like, I just can't take anymore. And we just have to keep pressing on. And I feel like God is asking some of us to be the sort of torchbearer in this need for change. But there's this need for us to come together somehow and be there for each other, not watch each other and be petty or be jealous. It's dumb. It's dumb. That's my take on all of it. And I know that that's not kind and loving, and that's not the place to help us come together, but it's also like, okay, so this is the other thing that came to me, is that I've been in an interest. It's been very interesting being so on my own, and I haven't even spoken to a lot of people. And like, I had a chat with a friend the other day, and it started off just like really casual, and then she just like unloaded a bunch of stuff on me, and so I was like, okay, like I'll be here for you, and but it occurred to me that it's like, it's not that I don't think that talk or that conversation has meaning. I do think it does, but so often we want to just fall back into like people pleasing or something like that in order to like can't find the words, soften it, instead of just keeping it short and speaking your truth. It just makes me think about how much is conversation really even necessary? Or is it just that we've created, again, a world that it's like, we're just getting validation from people, but it's like we come back to this place of depression, and we don't know why we're depressed, and it's because we're not actually able to like fulfill and meet our own needs and have the people around us that have the same values and beliefs, because it's like so many of us are being shaken up and asked to change, but then it's causing us to have this insane amount of discernment. We have the Queen of Swords out here, so it is what it is, because it's like, I don't know. Like, I think that there's days where I'm just like, I can't believe that this is what it's like, what's going on. Like, it's like, I can't believe this is how it is. And that I just feel like I have nothing left at the end of the day, and I just get up and do it again. And it just feels like God is asking those of us who are willing to change to like hold this, to keep carrying this. But it's like, it's hard. I'm going to try to do what I need to do to get my energy to a better place, because I know that not bringing positivity isn't helping, but it's hard, y'all. Like, there's a lot to that. There's a lot to being broke is draining. It's very hard to keep pressing on. Because we have a lot of tough cards, or I didn't get a lot. Enemy is still mad. And that's the thing that's weird about it, is like, it's like this silent competition that because you're still standing on your own and being resilient, that there's people that are competing with you, and it is what it is. I mean, we just gotta keep going, because I'm still alive. So to find the strength to carry on. Our Hermit's reversed. So, yeah, I'm struggling to balance right now, struggling to juggle it. The Six of Pentacles is giving that, like, regardless of how, if you're feeling some type of way, that you're still doing it. Wanting change is hard, because it is, I get that. There's a lot of resistance. I hope that we find our soul tribe. I hope that we link up with the people that you don't have to use discernment all the time, and set boundaries with, because, and even Sadia psychologist spoke on that too. She was like, boundaries are really because you don't feel safe. Like, we actually shouldn't need to have boundaries with people all the time. Like, if you know that someone's not going to try and take your energy, or lie to you or manipulate you, then you don't need boundaries. Like it's like that with Teddy. It's like, there's moments where I need it, and like it crosses the line, but it's like, I don't have to enforce boundaries with him all the time. Like, we know each other, and he's a kid, so he's going to do what he's going to do. But he is fairly respectful. He does listen. And when he's listening, there's a little bit of selective hearing. His ADHD, he has a hard time focusing. But that's the thing, when you have mutual respect for each other and your space and your place in life, and there's no need for all these other things. You don't have to spend your life explaining yourself, because energetically you just mesh. All right. So I just needed to get that out, and I'm sending love and strength for everybody, that we can keep going and know that your purpose is always going to be what's driving you. And I believe in a world where taking care of our families and each other is what we strive for, instead of jealousy and projecting our hurt on each other. All right. Love you guys.